Good morning. I want to welcome members of our board of directors, staff, former employees, and the many friends of Judy Broadway, as well as her family, that join us here for this celebration of her very special career in over 3 decades of service at Methodist Children's Home. This is not how we wanted to do this event. We would love for everybody to be here, to be hugging necks, shaking hands, and to be able to express the smiles and words of appreciation face to face. But because of the rules that we are governed by right now, this was the safest way and the best way to do that. In fact, rules that Judy Broadway helped us come up with. Her management, along with her team, of the way this ministry has operated during this pandemic, keeping us safe. But we hope to be able to come together at a later time to celebrate, because there's lots to celebrate. Judy's retiring after an impressive and distinguished career as our Vice President for Human Resources. She came to Methodist Children's Home in 1992 as what was then called the Director of the Personnel Department. She was promoted to Administrator and years later became Vice President for Human Resources in 2000. Judy's leadership has made a significant impact on how we carry out the ministry at Methodist Children's Home today. The love and respect that she has for Methodist Children's Home, paired with her experience and innovative mindset, has been a tremendous asset to our employees. She has been an advocate for expanding employee benefit and incentive programs. She has a valued role and values the role of quality improvement throughout our ministry, and we're seeing the impact of that to this day. And she understands the importance of having a strong, talented, and encouraged workforce that can carry out the life-changing work we do every day for children, youth, and families. HR can sometimes be a difficult place to go. It's a place where conflicts sometimes have to be resolved. It's a place where big questions, life-changing questions, are asked hour by hour, day by day. Judy has the gift of handling difficult situations in a way that maintains the dignity of others and looks out for their best interests. I've seen it firsthand. We've had the opportunity to work together over the years on the leadership team as colleagues, as vice presidents, and now in this role. Judy, I will be forever grateful for your decision to stay on this extra year during this time of transition. I will be forever grateful for your ability to adjust to a new way of doing things, and through that to support me, to continue to shoot straight with me, which I've always needed from you and appreciated from you. But I'll also be grateful because who I am today as a leader was influenced by you. The times when you made sure that I had the paperwork in that I forgot to turn in, the ways that you redirected me, that you encouraged me, and you showed me the value of choosing carefully the words that you say, and sometimes what you can say by saying nothing at all. I thank you for that. Judy doesn't like to talk about her accomplishments, but I do, and I've got the microphone. And so I want to spend a few moments to just detail what I think are 3 signature impacts that you've made on this ministry, not only in your 3 decades of service, but as we move forward. First, she established the Safety Committee, which is now called the Risk Management Committee. This was a huge step forward for our agency at the time, and we continue to rely on this committee to hold us accountable whenever it comes to safety compliance and addressing safety needs throughout the ministry. Judy has served as the committee chair for 25 years, and she has been our point person for 8 of the Council on Accreditation visits that we've had. It's an amazing accomplishment. Also, Judy has modeled our agency's core value of growth in her advocacy for employee training, education, and professional developments. She implemented the Educational Assistance Program for Employees, EAPE, which is an amazing example of MCH's commitment to invest in its employees for their future. Personally, I want to say thank you for how that impacted my life and my family's life. Through the EAP program that you advocated for, I was able to go on and get 2 additional degrees during my service at Methodist Children's Home. That wouldn't have happened without you advocating and supporting that program. Thank you, Judy. If you know Judy, you know that she loves many things about her job, but what she loves most is the chance to throw special events to celebrate and recognize employees. 2 highly anticipated employee events that happen each year, the annual Great Escape Picnic, and also our employee service presentation. These special events are fun, but they're a great way to stop and to tell employees thank you, to let them know that in the midst of the hard work that they do, that they are appreciated. It's a special time for us to strengthen relationships, express our gratitude for one another, and to create special memories. Those things didn't happen by accident. They happened because you advocated for them. A comment I hear most often from Judy, whether in staff meetings, board meetings, or when we're hashing things out behind closed doors, says happy employees equal happy kids. Judy takes pride in implementing the very best for our employees because she knows in doing so that transfers directly to the children, youth, and families that we serve, and achieves that vision to empower all we serve to live life to the fullest. With that said, Judy, thank you for 3 decades of service to Methodist Children's Home. But we understand that while we celebrate your retirement, your impact on this ministry does not end today. We carry that in the staff that you've mentored, the policies that you fought for, and the programs that you've put in place. Days like today are understandably full of lots of emotions. We're happy for you. We're also asking questions how we fill your void. But we know that when we look at the faces of those that you have trained and mentored, you've prepared us to move forward. And for that, we say thank you. You've lived a lot of life here at Methodist Children's Home. This chapter is not an easy close. But today is our turn to say thank you. Thank you for being who you are in this place, and we know great things are ahead for you. Join me as we say a word of prayer. Gracious God, we do thank you for the opportunity to serve. God, we thank you for how you have exhibited that in the life and the career of Judy Broadway. God, as we stop for a moment to pause and to recognize her accomplishments, we know that those reflect back to who you are in and through this ministry. God, I thank you for the lives that have been impacted through Judy's work and how that has made employees better and in turn allowed us to fulfill the vision and the mission that you've called us to. So God, as we move forward in the midst of transition and change, remind us that you are the one who promises us that you are the same yesterday, today, and forever. And God, that's what we hold to in this ministry and in our personal ministries. God, we thank you for Judy and the chance to serve with her. In Jesus' name, amen. At this time, we'll start our presentations with a number of representatives from this ministry that are going to present some special gifts to Judy. And so I invite up first Erica Reyes-Rosas, our program administrator for the Waco campus.
Today is both an exciting day and a day of mixed emotions to me, as we celebrate over 3 decades of your service to Methodist Children's Home. I can only imagine all that you have seen and experienced in this time that you called Methodist Children's Home home. It may sound a little unusual, but I wanted to talk to you today about wind chimes. I did some research and found out some really interesting facts and history about wind chimes, and wanted to share that with you today. The wind chime dates back to 1100 BC China. It was believed that throughout Southeast Asia that the bells promoted peace and good health. The ringing of the bells, such as wind chimes, was used in meditation as a call for protection from the heavens, as well as to focus the mind on the task at hand. Because of their ornate nature, they were also considered a sign of wealth. When I was reading about wind chimes and thinking about you, I easily identified some similarities. And the first thing was good health. For over 3 decades, you have dedicated your energy, your expertise, your time, and your heart into the health of our agency. This health includes everything from the physical well-being to the morale of the agency. Promoting peace. Human resources is often a time and a place where resolution and collaboration happen. Thank you for 3 decades of promoting peace at Methodist Children's Home through that work that you've done in HR. Protection. For over 3 decades, you've been a part of and you've led a team that is first line of protection for the children and families in the care of Methodist Children's Home. You do the behind-the-scenes work that many don't see. You ensure that safe people are caring for the most vulnerable population. Thank you for protecting thousands of individuals. Focus the mind on the task at hand. At an agency-wide level, you have created, supported, and invested in many initiatives that empower staff across the state of Texas and New Mexico to focus on the heart of this ministry, the children and the families. On behalf of the children and the young people served in Methodist Children's Home's residential, outreach, and transitional services programs, we would like to present you with this very special gift today. We wish you peace, good health, protection, and many years of joy as you start this next chapter. So I'd like for you to open your gift now if you would like to.
Let's see if I can do this. Shaking, I'm shaking. I hope it's been kind.
I gave you a little hint.
Oh, how nice. It is.
Yes. And
Oh, I will think of you every day when I look at it.
there is a message from the children and the youth of MCH on the chimes, and it says, "Through the strongest of storms or the softest breeze, as you listen to the wind chimes, think of us."
Thank you.
Thank you, Judy.
Thank you. It's very special.
You're very special.
I'll miss you.
I will miss you more.
Judy, with the staff spread out across Texas and New Mexico, there were a number of our staff members that wanted to participate and certainly wanted to be here. And so this next presentation is from Kelly Smith, our program administrator for the Western region.
Judy, today I have the honor of presenting a gift to you from the program's leadership team. Tracy Wagner, Jeff Creel, Laura Bonner, Erica Reyes-Rosas, Dana Bearden, Brooke Davila, and myself. Now, if I've got my numbers correct, you were here on each of our first days of employment at MCH. You were already doing the work of caring for children and families, but more specifically, you were doing the work of caring for and making safe the way for those of us who would work directly with those children and families. In each of our duties, we have sought your guidance and we have leaned on your expertise. I know personally I have benefited from working alongside you and have certainly appreciated the support that you've provided me over the years. You're a special part of MCH and its history, and the way that the organization cares for its employees and their well-being has been nurtured by and will be enhanced by the seeds you've already planted and the work you've already done here. Tracy and the program's leadership team would like to take this opportunity to express our gratitude to you for your guidance, for your expertise, and for the leadership that you've shown that's contributed to our mission of offering hope to those that we serve. You've helped each of us do our jobs better. We wish you health and happiness from here, Judy. I know that you will find good and creative ways to serve, hopefully more relaxing ways to serve, in your retirement. We wish you the best, Judy. Congratulations.
Oh, I can go shopping. Oh, wow, how nice. Oh, my goodness. Very nice. Thank you very much. It's really appreciated.
Judy, now have a special presentation from your team, the Human Resources Department. Miranda Peña, our Director of Human Resources, and Amber Twyman, our Recruiting Coordinator.
Judy, congratulations on your well-deserved retirement. You've worked hard to build your career, and it's time to step back and appreciate your extraordinary accomplishments. You may be leaving Methodist Children's Home. However, those accomplishments will be forever instilled in individuals you have worked and mentored over the last 3 decades. The phrase thank you does not seem like enough, but on behalf of Methodist Children's Home HR, I would like to present you with a photo memory book that captures special moments that you've had at Methodist Children's Home with our youth and our staff. Our hope is that this book will always bring you a sense of happiness and accomplishment.
Thank you. Oh, how special. I look forward to looking at it and probably look at it many times. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Judy, in addition to a photo book, we'd like to send you with a book of well wishes from current and former staff, colleagues, and friends. You'll find in there many memories, words of thanks for your years of support, mentorship, and guidance, as well as well wishes for your next chapter as you go into your retirement. We all thank you very much for all you've done for us, how you've led us and taught us, and those lessons you've sent us with will carry with us for a long time.
Thank you, Miranda. Oh, this is I'm not looking at this right now.
Probably want to wait till you have tissues.
Yes, I will wait for the tissues on this one. Thank you so much.
Up next is a familiar face. When you started here in 1992, it was you and Mary. And so we thought it was appropriate, thinking about how many employees that you all have worked with together, that Miss Mary Rollins would present the gift on behalf of the employees. And so at this time, I'd like to invite up Mary Rollins, our Human Resources Operations Manager.
Judy, we've been working together for 3 decades. Unbelievable. When we started working together, our children were small. And now they got children, they're grown, and got children of their own. My, how time flies. You know, we always talked about retiring together, but you jumped the gun on me. What happened? And what are you gonna do with all this free time? During our many, many years of working together, we've always had a great working relationship, I think so. You've always shown respect. You've always shown concern to me and the staff under your supervision and all the employees of Methodist Children's Home. And I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for your guidance. I'm thankful for your support and your leadership during these times that we've worked together. You've been more than just a supervisor to me, Judy. You've been a friend. So I'm honored to present you with this next gift of appreciation for your years of dedicated service to the agency and the young lives served. It's a brooch in the shape of a heart. The heart symbolizes love, and we know that you have a deep-rooted love for Methodist Children's Home and the work that's done here. It has a cross that symbolizes a foundation, Methodist Children's Home's foundation, which is rooted in Christian principles. It has a child on it that represents the children, the youth, and families that we serve. And it has 3 red balloons, which represents 3 decades of service. Congratulations on your retirement, Judy, and we wish you well as you journey into your next chapter of your life. Best wishes to you. God bless you, and we love you.
Love you too. Thank you.
Judy, your leadership is something that we're celebrating. We know how important it is for a leader to be surrounded by other leaders. And your role on the executive leadership team has been so important. So many important decisions have been made. And your colleagues wanted to pause for a moment and just express their appreciation. We asked Bryan Mize to come and represent the other vice presidents and the leadership team with this next gift.
Thank you.
Judy, it's a distinct privilege for me to be able to represent our executive management team and to be able to present this special recognition to you. And we appreciate all that you've done for us individually and as a team. And we're going to miss you in our team meetings every week and the conversations that we've had week to week as we continue to serve Methodist Children's Home together. We know that one of your things that makes you most proud is being able to recognize staff members for their service. That's something that's especially meaningful for you. In particular, this recognition that we'll present you today is something that you take great pride in because it's such a great keepsake for our employees and their tenure at Methodist Children's Home. So on behalf of Trey and Julie and Tracy and Lyle and Denise and me, we would like to present this to you, and I will read it for us today. Presented to Judy Broadway, our sincere gratitude and appreciation for your 3 decades of service to the staff and children at Methodist Children's Home. I was thinking about that statement and what we've heard here today. You have impacted every single employee at Methodist Children's Home for the last 30 years. And that's through your commitment to benefits, creating a safe workplace for all of our employees in any location, for recognizing employees, but every employee has been directly impacted by you for 30 years. That's an amazing thing to think about. And so as you move forward in your retirement, I hope you're able to appreciate your tenure here. And on a personal note, I want to thank you for the way that you've invested in me. We've had many, many conversations in the last, particularly 6 years, and you have always been willing to share your knowledge and wisdom and insight with me. And little did we know that you are helping to equip me to be able to step into a new role with the Human Resources Department beginning next week. So thank you for the trust and respect you have for me. I can promise you that we'll continue to work hard. You've done well with the HR team, and know that in the years ahead, your influence is still going to be felt in the HR area, is what you've done for each of us as we continue to hopefully fill your shoes in just a very small way. But you've done a great job. Thank you for all that you've done for us.
Thank you.
Judy, it's my honor to make this next presentation on behalf of the Board of Directors. I know a number of them have contacted you personally. Quite a few of them have left messages and notes that you'll get a chance to read in that book. But the board wanted to stop and just say thank you for your faithful service. So many of those meetings when we're talking about what needs to be done with employees, I've seen it firsthand how you advocate for our employees. You help our board members see these important initiatives that we talk about and how it will directly impact staff members. And the board celebrates your distinguished career, and they wanted to make a small gesture just to say thank you. And as a reminder that while you're retiring, the impact that you've made on children, youth, and families in the ministry at Methodist Children's Home will go on for years and years and years. And so the way they decided to do that was they have decided to dedicate a tree for one of the new homes that will have a plaque that recognizes your 3 decades of service. And they selected an oak tree because the oak tree is a symbol of strength, morale, resiliency, and knowledge. And when board members talk about who you are and who you've been for employees, this is a great way for them to say thank you for your distinguished service.
Oh, so honored.
And so Judy, I present this to you, and it's also a good excuse because when those homes are finished and hopefully the pandemic has calmed down, we'll be able to get together and you'll be there for that tree dedication when that occurs. And so until then,
That's
oh wow.
so thoughtful. I'm overwhelmed. I know that you all know where I'm at as I stand here today, looking back for the many years that I've been here. And I think back to the time when I was hired, and I thought then, you're lucky to be able to work in such a beautiful place. but I never realized at that time what it was going to mean to us to be really on a mission. And I fell in love. I really intended to go back home to Houston in about 3 years, but that didn't work out because your heart becomes part of Methodist Children's Home. I can't even express how it feels to know that I was chosen so many years ago and it worked. So I thank everybody in my past and present for me being able to have this wonderful privilege to be able to work here. I have always said that many times. Y'all have heard me say that. What an honor it is to have worked here and been part of such a wonderful organization. And what we do is so special. And you feel it every day, and you walk it, and you talk it. And it's been wonderful for me. Really hard to give it up, but I have a lot of confidence in those that are coming behind me. I think Methodist Home is going to great places. You've got a great future here, and I just really am behind everything that's going on right now. My full support on the direction that we're going. I'd like to have a few words of special thanks. Thank you, Trey. You know what you did for me. And so I really appreciate your support. The HR team, oh my goodness, they're dynamite. They know what they're doing. They're dedicated. And Miranda, congratulations. You're going to do a fine job. Amber, keep doing what you're doing. Mary, I'm going to talk about you in a minute. The leadership here is brilliant. They're very talented and educated people. And I can't name them all on how much I respect them and what desires they all have to do the best job. They put their best foot forward every single day. And our employees are dedicated, and it's never been seen more than it's seen today during this period of time. The challenges that they have, and they're there, and they're strong, and they're working to keep this together and to keep giving our kids what they need. Mary, that's tough because we have been together a long time. We've seen a lot of things. We've lost our mothers and fathers together. We've seen our kids grow up, and out of all that, you know how people say, she's my right arm? That doesn't even express it. She's been my partner, and she's been my friend. Who else can you call at 2 o'clock in the morning on a Monday morning saying, I have a problem, I'm in the emergency room and I can't get home? And she came and got me. I could always count on her to be there. I tell people all the time I can count on one hand the time she's called in sick all of these years. She's dedicated and loyal, and I don't know what I'd have done without you. It would not have been the same. I want to thank the board for their support. They have just been awesome to me and supported me, encouraged me, and been behind me all these years. Every board that we've had are awesome, and they truly see our mission, and they're dedicated to Methodist Home. This is a phenomenal organization, and all should be very, very proud of any accomplishments you make here, and be dedicated here. This is where you're needed, and it's just outstanding. So I encourage you to keep going, keep doing what you're doing. I will support you. My love is with you. My prayers are with you. And I thank God for this opportunity in my life. It has been my life because I loved it. Because I loved it. And the opportunity to serve always meant a lot to me. So again, thank you so much. I'm going to quit now because I'm going to get really emotional. But I love you all, and you are in my prayers. Thank you, and blessings to you.
Judy, again, we want to say thank you for allowing us to celebrate you. I want to thank all of our special presenters, but also those of you as employees that will take the lessons that we've talked about and celebrated and focused on today, moving forward to serve children, youth, and families throughout Texas and New Mexico. Judy, congratulations. God bless. God bless Methodist Children's Home.